So is it okay to talk about the plan from here on out?
Yeah.
So I spoke to your oncologist,
Uh-huh.
and he's going to have your nurse schedule you for another scan, and then set you up to see him and with the radiation doctors to make a plan for that.
Okay.
So in the meantime, before you see him, I'd like to talk about how we can manage your pain better. You still having some pain in that
Yeah,
hip area?
yeah. It's
Okay.
getting worse.
So I'm going to give you a medication. It's an anti-inflammatory medication for you to take just for this couple week time,
Okay.
3 times a day.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing that I want to do is give you a prescription for oxycodone for a short period. It's an opioid medication. Have you had one of those before, like Vicodin or Percocet?
Yeah, I think I had some Percocet after my dental surgery a couple of years ago.
Okay. Did you have any problems with it at that time?
No.
Okay, good. So is it okay if I talk to you a little bit about kind of this type of medications and what we worry about?
Sure.
So important to take them safely. First thing, just you take a pill every 4 to 6 hours,
Okay.
as needed only.
Okay.
I would expect that you'd start feeling the effects after about 30 minutes to 45 minutes,
Okay.
and the pain relief hopefully will last about 4 to 5 hours. Now, there's some things we worry about when we use this type of medication. The first one is constipation. So I'm going to give you a prescription for a laxative, and I want you to take it every night
Okay.
and just monitor how your bowels are doing.
Okay.
If your bowels don't move for 2 days, give me a call,
Okay.
and we'll make some adjustments there.
Okay.
The other thing to be aware of is that these medications can make you a little bit sleepy. So I don't want you to be driving after you've taken one of these pills, at least especially at the beginning, until you know how they affect you.
Okay.
And I know you're not much of a drinker,
No.
but really be careful to avoid alcohol while you're taking this medication. And also medications that are for anxiety or for sleep can actually make this medication more sedating and can be dangerous for you. So we want you to avoid those as well.
Okay, I don't take those anyway. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you have any concerns?
Is this kind of medication addictive?
Yeah, so I know that there's been a lot about that in the press lately and a lot of concern about addiction and overdose with
Yeah.
these. Is that where this is coming from?
Yeah.
And I know for you, I mean, I've known you a long time, and you did not have any history of addiction yourself or
No.
any worries about for yourself. Is there anybody in your family with any history of addiction?
Not really. A cousin who was
Okay.
an alcoholic.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you don't have a very strong predisposition to addiction at all, so I'm really not worried about you with this. I mean, of course, if anything
Okay.
comes up that you're concerned about in your own behavior, let me know.
All right.
But also really important to be aware that we need to keep this medication safe. You need to make sure it's locked up and out of the way of anybody who could come across it in your home, so that nobody should take the medication from you.
Oh, okay.
So also important to know that if the medication gets stolen or if it gets lost, we can't replace it.
Okay.
So hopefully this will just be a temporary medication for you. If it does turn out to be more of a long-term medication, usually what I do is I go over a treatment agreement and make sure that we're really super clear on what expectations are for how you take the medication and what how we communicate back and forth. But for right now, I'm just going to give you enough to get to your oncologist appointment.
Okay. Sounds good.
Are there other questions that you have at this point?
Nope.